Howdy, yo, folks. Hello, and welcome to my graveyard. I'm your host of the evening, the Cemetery Man from Salem, Mass. Always taking names and kicking candy ass. Live in living color here with you on Grande's Graveyard. And today, we've got a pretty cool video for you guys. It's a very first on Grande's Graveyard. We are going to be doing a Blu-ray spotlight video. Yes, ladies and gents. I've seen a lot of people do these over the years on YouTube, and most recently, my good buddy AJ Zetro, he's been doing a couple of these. He did a really cool one on The Last House on the Left special edition Blu-ray release from Arrow just a little while ago. And if I remember, I can link the video to that down in the description below. But today, I figured I unbox an Arrow Blu-ray special edition of my own, and this is the Ringu collection. Yes, ladies and gents, of course, we've got a really cool, awesome kind of box art here of Sadako Yamamura, and of course the legendary Cursed Tape. We have all the movies on the side, Ringu collection, Ringu 2, Spiral, which is not, of course, listed on the back because they want you to forget about that one, even though it's in the set. Bizarre enough. Yeah, I know. They don't even bother to list that movie. That's how much people hate that damn movie. But of course, Ringu 0 as well. We have all of our special edition contents on the back, including the 4K restoration of Ringu, the original. The rest of these are all just kind of standard HD transfers. But I figured we could, kind of pop this out and take a look at the discs. They're in here pretty good. But of course, first up, the original film here from the year 1998, I believe. This is Ringu. Sorry, I'm trying to get this. It's the first time ever doing this, folks. A little bit rusty, so if I'm a little bit off center, I do humbly apologize. But this is the original film, Ringu, 4K restoration. I've actually watched this 4K restoration. It looks simply brilliant. It's really, really nice transfer. It also, here you have the first disc, and you also have reversible cover art, which I can actually show to you guys, which I don't know if I like this that much. I think I like the newly commissioned artwork they did a little bit better than this. This is the original Japanese one-sheet poster art, and I don't know. I don't mind it, but at the same time, I'm kind of iffy on it. Like, I like the color. I'm a big red guy, but I don't know. I actually think the newly commissioned artwork's kind of cooler. It's, of course, Sadako Yamamura coming out of the ring and into your living room. One of my all-time favorite Japanese horror films. One of my favorite all-time horror films in general. Just a movie I've really loved over the years, and it's one that I always go back to. So I'm really glad to have a 4K restored version of it. Then, of course, you have Ringu, which is here. This might teeter over, so I don't want to drop that here. But this is Ringu 2 this was from the following year of 1999. Of course, also included on this, though, is Spiral. That's also on this disc here, this Blu-ray disc. You have Spiral, which is the Ring movie that people want you to forget about. Basically, Ringu and Spiral came out on the same day back in 1998, and they were basically an original and a sequel that came out in the same day. So the idea was you go see Ringu in the theater, then you go see Spiral right after in another theater. Well, people loved Ringu, people hated Spiral, and they pretty much retconned Spiral and come out with Ringu 2, which they bring back Hideo Nakata for this movie, and he does a great job direction horror-wise, but the movie is very convoluted in and of itself. And it's funny to say that if you watch Spiral, because Spiral, it doesn't have that slick style, but it's also way convoluted. I mean, Sadako Yamamura is trying to have sex with people and spread her curse through sex and through the reading of a diary and all these things. Whereas Ringu 2, it's not really about the tape being watched over and over and over again. It's really a lot of just good stylistic sequences of horror. And that's why I like Ringu 2. But Spiral, in a lot of ways, you could argue is the better of the two movies. It's very, up in the air for me, but it's cool. It's pretty much Spiral is one of the special features on this. You could watch the entire movie of Spiral. So I think that's pretty crazy, but I don't know. I don't know which one people like better. I think people lean towards this because the sequences of horror are better, but this one's a kind of a mess too. But I'm glad to own this one too. I think they could have done a little bit more with this cover art. It's basically just she's walking a little bit more forward. It's not much for the film. And of course, this one of the three, it's probably the one, the reversible cover art I like the most. Here you have the Japanese one-sheet cover art here. I like this a little bit better. The Ring 2 here. I think this is okay. It's passable. I don't know. I still might stick with this because I don't know. I like the whole idea of the kind of washed out whitish color of this box set. I think it's kind of nice, and it goes perfectly with the film. I know they have like a black box and a white box. I don't know what the difference is in terms of like how you'd order it. I got this in a sale recently for like $50. It was $100 off. Usually goes for about 150 bones. I got it for 50. So cool to get it for a third of the money. And I'm glad to get this white box because I think it goes better with the film itself. So I'm kind of glad to get this. Of course, that is Ringu 2 and Spiral. And then last but not least, and probably one of the best here, it is Ringu 0, which was, of course, the prequel to the Ring movie, of course, telling the story of Sadako Yamamura and her kind of youth. And she's in this drama class, and she gets the lead in the play. And it's basically like a carry knock. That's what Ringu 0 is. And it's probably my second favorite Ringu movie, just behind the original film. I think it's brilliantly done. I think the lead actress that plays Sadako, I'd like to get her name, Yuki Nakama, plays Sadako in this film. Just a gorgeous, natural beauty in this film. And you really get to feel sympathy and empathy for a character in Sadako Yamamura that you never thought you'd be able to feel. And I don't know, I adore this movie. I think this is great. I have not checked out this transfer yet. I've only seen this movie ever on like bad DVDs, like bootleg DVDs. That's the only ways. I remember back in the convention days getting this one on bootleg DVD, and the subtitles were like ginormous. It would take up like a third of the screen. It was just a joke. And, it's cool to finally have a nice, proper HD edition. Arrow does a great job with this stuff. I really, really like this movie, and I'm excited to kind of give this one a look. I wish this one would have got a 4K restoration too, but of course, they just kind of went all out with the original film. And I believe they released the original film on its own as like a solo edition if you're not interested in getting this set. But of course, I'll show you guys the disc. And of course, like with the others, I guess I could show the reversible cover art. This one I kind of forget. Oh man, this one I don't really like at all. This is basically, it's like a baby. I think it's a baby in the middle of the ring. I don't like that at all. That's an ugly cover art in my opinion. I actually think this one, even though this is, again, it's lazy. Like now it's okay, she's coming to the living room. That doesn't happen in this movie. That's not even going with the movie. It would be more interesting if it was like Sadako on the stage of the play and when she makes the guy fall into the fire. I mean, that's a really cool scene. Or the scene where she goes to, grab the boy that she's in love with, his face, and instead she grabs the cold brick wall of the well that she's fallen into. I think this is a masterpiece. I love Ringu 0. Probably my second favorite of the series, and one that I definitely want to rewatch. But that is Ringu, the collection here. It's the first time I've ever done a Blu-ray, special edition, spotlight video, but something I kind of wanted to do for a long time. I figured it'd be some fun content for people and collectors alike, like myself, that love physical media like I love it. But if you like this video, let me know. If you want to see more of these, let me know. Like I said, this is not something I kind of plan on doing. This is just something I kind of wanted to do because I see so many other people doing it and having fun doing it. And I think people are interested in collection videos like this. So if you want to see more, let me know. Give me a like, give me a comment, give me a sub if you'd like. We're closing in on 500, 26 to go as the recording of this video. But yes, everybody, thank you so much for watching. We will catch you next time only on The Graveyard.